Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to dedicate this tarot reading to ATEEZ. I know it's been a while since I read for them, I believe. So a lot of fans wanted me to read for them to see how they're doing with everything that they had been touring and a lot of projects. So let's see how they're doing and what's available for them in the near future. The cards that they got, it's the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, Five of Cups, Eight of Cups, and Five of Swords. And you know that I always pull five cards in total, but this one jumped out, so I guess it wanted to stay. So I included and I'm going to read it. Um, So yes, I think that they also yesterday I was reading for 17 and actually they I shuffled really well, but they got pretty similar cards, but at the end things are different than the 17 reading. Um, but for example, the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups, it's about an emotional fulfillment, probably like having your wish come true, and when we have the Wheel of Fortune next to it, it talks about, the cycles and the ups and downs in life. Sometimes we do have periods where we are at our best, and then we have periods where, everything changes and we seem like we cannot catch a break. And I think that for them to actually achieve success, and I'm not talking about professional success. I think that, since this is a cup, this is the nine of cups that it's next to it. It talks about an emotional, full kind of fulfillment. Something that you really desire from the bottom of your heart. So it's not just, professional, like, oh, I want to achieve this task or I want to be successful in this area. Um, I think that it has more to do with feeling satisfied with yourself and feeling accomplished in an emotional level, feeling full inside, like, very satisfied, very, like, very content that you got the results that you wanted and you feel very, very excited, very happy, very emotional as well. So I think that somehow when the Wheel of Fortune is here, it means that probably they had been like enjoying that phase, of feeling emotionally fulfilled by achieving something. A lot of movements as well. But also let's remember that the Wheel of Fortune, it can like represent change and movement in our circumstances, but it influence don't tend to last that long actually. So I think that in this case it also not remember reminds us that their their moments of satisfaction can come and go pretty easily, like probably they are feeling very proud about something, but somehow, everything changes. I don't know if maybe they they somehow find it hard to feel like they belong. And I know that this actually doesn't represent their success or probably the way the public sees them, because actually they are very recognized. I'm an ITINI myself. I love them. I love their energy. I think that it makes sense that they have the Ace of Wands in the middle of the reading because they are passionate guys and they show passion when they are in the stage. They're always, I think that it also has to do with perfection. They are always their main goal is to stay passionate, to always show this dominance on the stage. I think that this is their characteristic. This is what differentiates them from the rest. And actually, this is not to compare nor to decide who which group is more passionate or has like a strong concept or I don't know, a masculine concept or about the stage presence. I'm talking about ATEEZ energy. I think that probably they push a lot to get a certain atmosphere. For them it's important to show dominance on the stage, to show the fans and the audience that they rule this uh, this, for example, is a concept or a comeback or a project. They want to be the rulers. They want to be in control, and they want to be passionate and relentless. I think that probably this is what they are always wishing for, to show a sort of potency, a fire, an excellence as well, But it's all about being assertive at the same time, like you being able to say, oh, okay, 80s was here, about it's not about popularity. It's more about being able to be very different and very captivating, so you cannot forget about them. I think it's their trademark, and I think that this is what they are always working really hard to be at this level of passion. But like I always say in all ages readings, I always, whenever I see passion involved here, I always, if I were reading for the boys for the guys for them in presence, I would advise them to try to slow down after the show is done, after the performance is done, because I think that it's very demanding physically, mentally, and emotionally to always be on the top of the game, always being this passionate, always being this relentless, always being this fierce. Of course, that these are very young guys, and they have a very, like, a very strong idea about what they want to achieve. So probably if I would advise them to rest a bit or to take it easy, they wouldn't listen to me, because there's a sense of like, no, we have to do it our way, because we can do it. We want the fans to have this experience. They want the fans to have a sort of long lasting experience, They want to build a sort of atmosphere. They don't just want to, present on a stage and just dance on automatic, or dance a choreography in automatic. They want to show and portray emotions. This is why almost all the cards here are cups, because they use a lot of their emotions to somehow like portray them and express them in a creative way on stage or on whatever activity they perform. But then we have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups. So there's also, I think that what they have to probably as a challenge to work in the future or in the few months, these next 3 months, is the emptiness that is left after the whole thrilling and exciting and accelerating experience of being on tour, of being on stage, of being in communication with the fans. No, I think that they definitely are feeling very passionate. They are like, oh my God, this is our moment. This is where we belong. This is what we want to do. But then after the show is over, they are left with a sort of emptiness, and also with a lot of regrets, and I don't know why. This is why I think, I in my perception, I believe that probably they are very, very harsh on themselves. Like, oh, we should have done better, we should have done this, like, oh, we didn't have time to do this, we should have arranged this the other way. And I think that after everything they had achieved, especially love, because they are very loved, and admired also, um, and also as here, to be honest, here with the Ace of Wands in the middle, I think that they have a lot of fanboys, that probably, I don't know, males that don't like K-pop, or that, I don't know, that have like a weird idea about liking K-pop, that all K-pop is for females. Somehow males tend to gravitate towards ATEEZ content or ATEEZ concepts. So, this is great as well. Um, but I think that for them, after everything is done, they are left empty, and they are left with a lot of regrets. And I think that this is something that they need to work on, especially as a team, because, I'm reading for all of them here, not just a member in particular. And I think that here with the Eight of Cups also, it means about, walking away from that sadness, and that feeling of insatisfaction, of being like, oh, I should have done better, I should have done this, oh, maybe I should, I think that they they need to, it's okay that they feel that way, because probably they are very emotionally overwhelmed by the experience of being on tour, or of, releasing a comeback, or, everything is about high emotions with them. They are very intense about their work and what they do. So, but at the end, it seems like they are left with a lot of emptiness and sadness, and I think that the Eight of Cups here is about them to take it slow, and also to somehow understand that they did what they could at that specific time or moments, that it was enough. That it's useless, and it's draining, and it's not good to keep thinking about things that you lost, or opportunities that weren't given, or things that didn't go your way. I think that this is more about them staying a bit hopeful, and being able to also, like, walk away from feeling emotionally unstable. Like, you don't have to do it. Like, it's time for you to let go of expectations, and somehow, like, yes, I know they're feeling emotional. Probably they wanted, they felt like they lost something, and I don't know what. Maybe the fans can tell me. Um, they felt like a loss, or someone feels like they lost something. So I don't know. Maybe they lost something physically, like in the sense of losing, I don't know, stuff, like physical stuff. But I don't think it's about money. There's not here one card that indicates about material gain. It's more about their intuitive perception about what this era of them represents. So I think that definitely they need some time to heal, and also walk away from, because, I always tell you that, um, when we see swords, generally these are cards that talk about communication and the internet. And here, yes, we have one sword, but at the end, but I don't see that it's because, rumors, or misinterpretation, or miscommunication. No, I think that it's about their own emotional perception or emotional world about them feeling like they could have done better. So they are feeling with this sort of very sad, nostalgic atmosphere, like, oh, like I'm disappointed at myself. And I think that they should, here with the Eight of Cups, they're slowly going to be walking away from that feeling, because they're busy also. They probably have other projects that they need to move on pretty fast. So I think that they will be working on something new. So even though at the beginning they can feel a bit nostalgic and a bit blue, I think that it will not last that long, because the Eight of Cups, it's about letting that emotional phase behind. And then with the Five of Swords, yeah, the Five of Swords, it's also about defeat, so since it's a last card, I think that they really should review, um, what's going on with defeat. What do they feel defeated? I think someone like actually wrote a comment on my last one of my older videos of ATEEZ, where I talked, when I mentioned, I believe, about the need of changing the managers and the CEOs and stuff of the company, so the group can actually get better management and options. And here with the Five of Swords, I think that they are still, there's something about them not trusting the people they work with, or the people that they have communications with, or actually the people that manages the communication or the media on the company. There's a bit of, oh, we could have done better, but somehow it wasn't possible because no one listens to us, or no one gave us what we had requested, so we had to manage our own. And there's something about also, ATEEZ is a group that they probably, if they feel like they are lacking on something, they will try to resolve the issue themselves. They are very proud, also very self-sufficient. Probably they will not let you know if they are having, like, I don't know, a wardrobe malfunction, or like some kind of technical issues. They try to cover it with a very bright and optimistic um, approach or behavior, so you don't see that they are struggling with something. But here, I feel that they are very fed up, or at least these 3 months they're going to still feel a bit uncomfortable with not getting the representation that they deserve. I think that they try to be as assertive as possible, but they cannot handle everything. So I think that definitely they still haven't found the change that they need to be able to really feel secure as a group, that actually things will work out. There's something about the administration. I don't know how to say this actually in English, guys, because it's complex. But I think that it's not about the members, it goes beyond, but somehow affects them, because since they are very observant people, probably they see every little detail, and they just are a bit disappointed, and are a bit tired also. So I think that they are still on the waiting for some change in this case. So we should be patient and give them a lot of love, and also reminding them that they are doing great, because they actually they do need it, that validation and love and support from us. But yes, overall, they are doing great. They are very powerful people. They will rise up. Don't worry about them. They have very strong energy. So, but they need to heal emotionally. They need to let go of guilt. Okay, guys, this is all I have for them. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.